South Africa has been given a rating upgrade by international insurance company Allianz Trade, and the company recently released its first country risk atlas and investigated the major issues the country faces. And according to the report, South Africa is among 21 countries that showed resilience despite global shocks, and only 4 countries saw their rating downgraded. To discuss this further, we're joined by Allianz Trade's a senior economist for Africa and the Middle East, Luca Moneta. Good afternoon to you, Luca, and thanks so much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
All right. Is this a
Thank
good
you.
thing that our risk rating has been upgraded? What do we make out of it?
Well, I'd say that first that we have observed over the past 18 months the country's resilience and its ability to cope with the difficulties related firstly to load shedding, then to logistics, all in a context, I'd say, of rather high imported and structural inflation hitting especially families and small and medium enterprises. The country risk rating, you have to consider that is made of a set of indicators we update at quarterly, and these indicators help us to make a judgment about the mid to long-term outlook, which we summarize in a letter from AA to D, and in South Africa's case, that was lifted from C to B, and the short-term outlook, which is summarized in a number from 1, which is the best, to 4, and which in South Africa's case is 3. So we know that such difficulties are spread differently and asymmetrically, I'd say, across the social fabric, and we also imagine that many of these knots will come to a head this year. So all things considered, the ability of households and businesses to get by so far, even at a cost, and greater fiscal strength than a year and a half ago are all elements that make it possible, in our view, to look at the mid to long-term outlook relatively optimistically.